Dude, coming in hot, Chinchy. What's going on, man?
Coming in hot, man. Coming in kind of global, or at least cross continental, not continental, cross USA. We got our folks over at FanDuel in Ohio, man. Your stomping grounds where Casey hung out for all those years, joining us today.
Love it, dude. You kidding me? When we can get around the Cincinnati fans, the best fans in the world, we could bring them to the mayor's office. Let's go, dude. Let's go. I love it.
By the way, all you kids out there that you know who Sean Casey, the mayor, is, but did you know that he came up with the Cleveland Indians at the time?
Dude, that's right. We got the Guardians. We got the Reds. We're locking down Ohio. We're locking down Ohio. There's no doubt about it.
Absolutely. Well, we got a lot to get to. I mean, we got Ohtani's going nuts, whatever. But let's start. Let's start in Reds country, dude. There's a lot going on. They're pitching well. They're losing games, though. They're not hitting right now. Are you nervous about this squad?
I'm not nervous at all. It was great. Tito had a great quote saying, "Hey, listen, somebody must have asked him, hey, is a team meeting necessary?" He's like, if I thought bringing these guys in and yelling at them would get us hits tomorrow, I'd do it. But he goes, that's not the case. At the end of the day, these are big league ball players. Don't forget, there's 150-something games to go. I used to love that when we had Dunner on last week, and one of our big things was like after opening day, the next day, Dunner would go, just 161 to go, Case. Wow.
Oh,
wow.
Dude. Oh, tell me about it, dude. When I used to produce for all those years, I was at MLB Network. I mean, it's Brian Kenny says it, the small sample size theater. We overreact so much in the first couple of weeks of the season when, you go through 4 or 5 game stretches on any team all year long where you're up and down. What's your thing? You got the roller coaster thing. It's like you never want to go too high or too low, right?
You look at it like the process of the season's 162. So if this is the season, you're going to have your downs, you're going to have your ups. You want to be on the world's most boring roller coaster. This is the roller coaster you want to be on, right? That means you're a really, really good team. That means you're going to probably win 90 games. You don't want to be the team that goes on this roller coaster, they come back, you don't want to be that guy. Like, that's like, lately that's been like the Pirates or like, you want to be the team that's like on the most boring roller coaster. You go down, you brought it back to even, and you're up, and you're back. So that's, even when I look at the Reds, dude, and, I look at, they've had a couple games here, couple opening day didn't go great. They had it in the bag, and then they lost it late. They gave up in the 9th, ended up losing that game, and, a couple games there. And then, they come into they lost 2 back-to-back 1-0 losses, which they haven't done since 1907, dude. Crazy. 1907. When it was the Red Stockings, when things were just getting going, is the last time they lost 2 1-0 games. So that's how rare that is, especially in this game. But when you look at that, what for the positives of that, it tells me you got really good pitching. That's what that tells me. When you see Spires, he did his thing, and the bullpen held it down, and then Hunter Green, you have a legit ace too. Hunter Green's a legit ace. The way Singer's been pitching, Lodolo's nasty. I mean, they have some pieces in Cincinnati, and that's obviously why Tito's there too. And also, having a guy like Tito teaching these guys, like, we got to eventually win those games. We got to find a way to win those games. Like, you can't just go down 1-0, 2 in a row. There's a lot of positives here. And also, too, dude, don't forget, Tyler Stevenson started off on the IL. They brought in Austin Hayes. He started off on the IL. It kind of forced Spencer Steer to get in the lineup when he really was hurt most of spring training. So he didn't really have a spring training. So he has started off a little slow, which he rakes. Eventually, he's going to get hot, which is going to happen soon. So you have to look at everything. De La Cruz is off to a hot start. McLean is McLean, dude, almost has 1,000 OPS. That's huge. Friedel at the top's been okay. So they're going to get going here when they start pumping on all cylinders. They're not going to just get shut out. Yeah. So, but like I said, what it shows me is, dude, they got some good pitching. And at the end of the day, Chinch, and I know, being around this game long enough, over 162, you're talking about that world's most boring roller coaster, that the teams that have great pitching live on that roller coaster because they're going to hold you down and the offense eventually gets going. So there's some great things happening in Cincinnati, dude. There really is. Like, when I watch that team, it's going to be exciting. The offense has just been okay right now, but when everybody gets back and Stevenson comes back and Hayes is back in that lineup and Steer gets hot, you're going to see, and McLean's back, dude. Don't forget, Matt McLean might be the key to that lineup. He's back.
I mean, one of the most electric middle infields in baseball. If you think it's like, remember like Whitaker and Trammell back in the day for the Tigers? Dude, I love the McLean, De La Cruz. They can do some electric things. If you're a young kid out there, watch them turn double plays. Watch. You saw that play Elly made down the line. Did you see the pop up down the line the other day? It's like Terrell Owens running out and being able to be good at baseball. That's the athlete.
Yeah, actually, you're exactly right. That's a great comp. Like, it's like Deion Sanders, going to catch which he did in Cincinnati for years, played with Big Prime. He was awesome. But seeing Elly even get to that ball, Chinch, and then make that, like, sliding gloves out, you're like, oh, and then he catches it. Yeah, so it's an exciting team. And like I said, with Terry Francona there, dude, he's going to teach these guys how to win those games. Eventually, you're going to see this thing flip, and you're going to be like, man, the Reds are hot.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun division, I think. You got the Cubs are banging. The Cubs are hitting the ball hard. Other than, the Yankees and the Dodgers are in another stratosphere offensively, but the Cubs have the most ribbies in the league right now. The Brewers are always going to fight hard. You got great managers in that division, and dude, I can't wait to just see Green versus Skeens for the next 5 years head to head.
Oh, dude, two powerhouses, dude. Green versus Skeens, and I think the Reds, the Pirates need some pieces. Offensively they need some pieces because you can't waste Skeens' starts. What do you think about Skeens starting on that Wednesday when the Yankees are coming to town? People in Pittsburgh are like, what are we doing?
Right.
We want to see Skeens Judge Friday night opening day in Pittsburgh. It's still an entertainment industry.
Right. It is still an entertainment.
You got Skeens pitching Wednesday in front of 5,000 people in Tampa at a minor league stadium.
I can tell you why, because I can tell you why, kind of to a degree. It's not probably as important to the home ballpark because you're going to draw opening your first 3 games of the year.
There you go. And the Yankees, you're drawing anyhow. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't matter if
the Yankees are in town.
Rich Ciccimino's pitching.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Rich Ciccimino coming out. He's mayor's office. He's just throwing up. Sold out. Yankees, Pirates opening day sold out.
Yeah, sold out. I mean, you didn't judge whatever. Maybe Skeens comes in, goes bases loaded spot against.
You could only hope. I got a question for you, dude. And I want to throw this. I want to spin this a little bit. We're talking Reds. We're talking Buccos a little bit. NL Central. The big question was Ohtani hits that walk-off the other night, last night. And I start to think to myself, do you want him pitching?
It's a great question.
You know what I mean? He is one of the greatest pitchers in the world, and he did sign him for $700 million. Did play be a both two-way player. But now you look at Soto's contract, you're like, okay, you have a DH you just signed for $700 something. The best DH is probably Ohtani. And so the question is, do you want him pitching? What do you say? I mean, I know what I say. What do you say?
Any other market, I would say you need him, yes, while you signed him. But the Los Angeles Dodgers, I believe they have 17 starting pitchers in their roster right now.
And Dustin May's back, dude. You saw him the other night. He hasn't pitched in 2 years. He looked electric.
Yes. They do not need him to be a starter, to be honest. They don't need him to pitch, to be honest.
I know. And, dude, he's not 50-50 if he's pitching. You know what I mean? He's not stealing 50 bags if he's pitching. Obviously, he's probably going to still hit close to 50 home runs. But here's the other thing. I really believe this internal brace that is happening with Tommy John now, and Dr. Kremchek, the Cincinnati doctor, is one of the best in the world. He just did my son Jake last year, and he's come back in flying colors. But this internal brace that they put in, bro, it's like collagen. It's like a collagen shoelace, it looks like, and they put 2 screws in that elbow, and then they wrap it around like a figure 8. Yeah. So what I'm saying is Ohtani's now has that internal brace in there on the second Tommy John. I actually feel like he's going to be better than ever. You know what I mean? So I'd have to say Ohtani's going to want to pitch.
All right.
He's still one of the best in the world, and that's why you signed him. So I say yes. He's got to come back and pitch, but I do see him as a hitter. You're like, this guy's affecting. If it does affect him as a hitter, then you got to think about it.
I know it's the unicorn thing. They call him a unicorn for a reason. But for the game, he has to for the game, let him pitch. But like, what's the equivalent? It's like if Tom Brady played D-back really well too and could play corner, would you let him play corner? No way. Like,
right. Dude, it's like Travis Hunter.
Right.
Travis Hunter, he wants to be a two-way player in the NFL. He wants to actually be a receiver and a D-back, and he's one of the best at both. Do we let Travis Hunter be the Ohtani of baseball and see what he can do? And does it impact both sides of the ball at an elite level? Because that's what you really want. Mm-hmm. You're not looking for mediocrity as a two-way player. You're looking for elite, that guy, oh, man, he's one of the best cornerbacks and receivers. That's why we have him doing it. Because if he's only mediocre, we can get someone else in here to be mediocre. Right at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. So, like when Lloyd McClendon told me one time, I was like, man, I'm really trying out there. And he told me, I got a truck driver in here to try. That's the point. You know what I mean? We get a truck driver in here to try. We want elite on both sides of the ball. You're seeing that with Ohtani. That's why he comes back as a pitcher. He's not the mediocre pitcher. He's elite. So it's just a great conversation because when you see him be so dominant offensively, you have to think to yourself, should he just do that?
Yeah, it's a good.
And you the point that you made, Glasnow, Snell, May, Yamamoto, Sasaki. That's 5. I just named 5. And now, Gonsolin, you can keep going down. Then Ohtani's in there. It's like, oh, he's down at 8. But if he pitches, he's up at 1. It's just an incredible. It's
incredible because then you look at his pitching stats, by the way. He started 86 games in his career. He's 38-19 with a 3.01, and that's just figuring it out. That's just figuring it out.
Wait, a career 3.01 ERA?
Yes, dude.
Oh, my God. I did not know that.
Yes. He averages a lot. Yeah.
Wow. He is, dude. And he was top 5 in Cy Young.
Yes, that's the thing. So,
I just named all those guys. If he comes back, he's your ace.
Isn't that crazy?
He's your ace.
Roster. Unbelievable.
Yeah, on that roster, yeah.
Meanwhile, dude, your boys, when you took that hitting coach job with the Yankees, it was the first time I saw you clean shaven in like my entire time knowing you.
That's why I'm clean shaven now. Dude, I have a lot of Reds fans. When I go to Reds Fest, I'll be like, hey, man, any chance you could put your goatee back on? I was like, you sound like my daughter, Jillian. When I used to every year I'd shave my goatee in the offseason, and I'll never forget one day I come out. She's like 5 years old. And she's like, no, she's probably 4. And she kind of like stops. I'm coming out for breakfast. She looks at me and she goes, can you go back and put your beard on? Go put your hair. Get the hair back on your face. So, yeah. It was the Yankees that got me clean shaven. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but now, meanwhile, you look at him now, and it looks like it's clean. They're all pretty clean. This isn't like those.
Well, Rodon's beard is.
He'll loosen it up.
Yes, he can tighten that up a little bit.
Yeah.
Rodon can tighten that up. He looks a little like, it's scraggly. You got to still have a good beard. Like Devin Williams is tight, but you see Dominguez has got a beard. I think those guys are like, okay, we can get a beard. Let's go.
Yeah, it's funny though. I wonder if they make him do the what is it? Who's the guy? George Michael, where it's just like a nice tight shadow.
Nice tight, yeah.
Painted on.
Well, dude, also too, facial hair for me became a superstition, especially when I was in Cincy, because '99 I had an incredible year, and I was clean shaven, and then 2000, dude, I came out the gates and I was terrible, and then I remember one day I just didn't shave. I wasn't full beard yet, but I didn't shave, and I got a couple knocks, and then I shaved. I had like this chin strap beard, and I shaved it, and I start raking, dude. I was like, I hit 3 in the second half. I was the best hitter in baseball. I had like 380, 378, 16 pumps, 65, and that was the beginning of my facial hair. Like I had the beard, then I made the goatee, and then I was off and running from there. But I'm telling you, facial hair for guys becomes a superstition in this game. I really believe that. That's why, you'll see certain guys having certain things because, they're superstitious.
Wait, weren't you the guy though that didn't you kick Adam Dunn out of a spot in the shower because you were hitting well once? Is that
I did, bro. I did.
Real quick.
The problem was Dimitri Young was there. I was like, I looked around. I was hoping nobody was there. But dude, I was raking, and I never forget. I come in the shower. Old Synergy Field, right there was the shower that I was using, and dude, Dunner was a rookie. I didn't do this much, dude. But I was like, bro, listen, that's my shower, and I think I would have said it to anybody, but it just happened to be Dunner, and Dunner, Here we are. It was 2001, dude. It's 24 years later. A guy brings it up to me every time I talk to him that I kicked him out of the shower. And Dimitri was there. So Dimitri's like, yeah, dude. He's like, Case, I didn't think you were like that. I was like, dude, I'm not like this. It's a shower. I mean, it's asking for Dunner to move 4 feet to the left. And he's got his own big league shower. It's hot water. It's incredible soap. Rick Stone does a great job with the body wash. I was like, everything's going to be fine. 4 feet away. I was like, I'm hitting 390 this month. I got to keep it going. I had 3 hits tonight. That shower's got some knocks in it. Leave me alone.
Oh, wow. Glad it worked out between you guys. I could have gone a whole other direction. Donner's a big guy and you're a big guy. We didn't want like a shower fight, like one of those movies you see.
I'll tell you what, dude. Adam Dunn, you do not want to mess with. Because first off, I know back in the day when they were at Dayton, I believe, they got in a huge bench clear. It was a big story everywhere. But Kernsey told me the story where total bench clear in Dayton in the minors, and Dunner was just bundling people. And I guess this one dude squared up with Dunner, and Dunner, like, caved him in. Dude, the guy had broke his jaw, nose, guy to be taken away in the hospital. Like, I was like, so if you're in a fight with the Reds or in the minors, but the minors is a little better. There was a fight. But Dunner, and dude, Dunner is like stealthy UFC fighter, just that weird dude. You're like, leave me alone. Like I said, I think I said on the podcast the other day, I go, when we would stretch before the games, you got Griff, he's a monster. Lark knows Taekwondo. Some of these dudes are, what are we doing?
Lark's a black belt in something.
Oh, dude, Lark, you lights out. He'll choke you out in 2 seconds. Lark, right?
That's amazing.
Dude, Lark was tough, right? So, but Dunner, he would joke around with you like I'm stretching. Matt Krause is like, all right, everybody down to the right for the hamstring. Down left. Next thing you know, I'm in a full chokehold like pretzel. We're getting ready to face Kerry Wood and the Cubs, and I'm like, Dunner, what are you doing, dude? Like, actually, you're hurting me. You're hurting me. You're hurting me. And they'd be like, oh, dude, we're just having fun. I'm like, this isn't fun. This is fun. You don't realize how strong you're. You're hitting balls out of the stadium at Great American into the river. Nobody's doing that. Obviously, you're stronger than most humans. You need to get off me. Now I'm a strong, big dude.
Yeah,
you know. Dude, one other quick story about that.
Bring it.
Dude, I'm going in the training room one day. And Junior wasn't a big weight room guy, so I'm always like, dude, I'm a big weight room guy. I'm stronger than everybody. So I'm going in one day, and there's a hallway from the training room, hallway, and then the clubhouse, right? So I'm going in the training room. Griff's coming out of the training room. And me and him just kind of, oh, what's up, dude? What's up, Junior? He's like, hey, what's up, Case? And then we just kind of look at each other. We're 2 little kids. We start wrestling. I have no idea why, but we did. We lock up like literally like Hogan versus The Rock. We lock up at WrestleMania. We're in this hallway, just Junior and I. And we start going at it, and I'm kind of got him down, and he's still up. Well, Junior used to do this thing, dude. He was like Spock. Remember Spock with the Vulcan death grip? He'd hit you like, oh, Spock's got you with the Vulcan death grip. You're dead. Dude, that was Junior, bro. He was like the Spock of baseball. He'd hit you with these pressure points. You're like, ah. Like you'd be on the bench, you just come out, you hit you. Oh, what? I'm like, what are you doing, dude? He's like, that's a good one, right? That's pressure point number 11. I'm like, are you serious? So I knew he had this power in him, like this superpower, this like pressure point power. So Chinchy, we start wrestling, and I'm thinking I'm gonna get this is kind of fun. It's like you're with your brother. Next thing I know, dude, this is how I realized how strong Ken Griffey Jr. is, dude. He takes 2 fingers on each hand, and he shoots them under my rib cage, dude. So imagine right now if you hit under your rib cage, and then push.
Oh no!
You know how much that hurts, dude. He grabbed me like that. I go. I remember and then, dude, he picks me up like I'm a 3-year-old. And he picks me up off the ground, 235 pounds. Picks me up off the ground with 2 fingers, shot under my rib cage, pins me against the wall.
Stop.
I swear to God. And he goes, we done? I go, I couldn't even say we're done because I couldn't talk. I was in so much pain. I was like, we're done. He lets me down, walks off. I go, I'm like, never again. Let's never do that ever again. I walked in the training room. I saw it. Dude, Junior just had me up against the wall, off the ground, with a Spock death grip that I've never felt in my life.
I love it.
That's so Griffey, Dunner, and Larkin, dude. three of the baddest, toughest dudes out there that no one knows about.
Wow. That's a great story. There you go. That's for all you FanDuel folks in Ohio. Here you go. Words you never heard before from Sean Casey. I love it.
There you go. Yeah, you want a triple threat match? You want those three guys in your corner.
There you go. Hey, buddy, one more thing, dude. Breakthrough Pro starts when? Explain what that is again.
April 27th, Breakthrough Pro. It's my mental performance coaching program for all parents out there, coaches out there, players out there. Incredible program. It's 8 weeks of me every Sunday night getting after it, talking about the mental side of the game, which I believe is the biggest tool out there that we're not teaching the kids, because I've seen so many players going back, Chance, that were so much more talented than me, but at the end of the day, this game will eat you up. Life will eat you up at times. So it's an incredible program. April 27th. Chinch will put the link in bio, but come join us. It'll be life-changing stuff for you or your kid or whoever you want to sign up.
There you go. Love it, brother. All right,
Chinchy.
Here we go.
Love your shirt, dude. Grateful Warrior. Let's get there. I love it, dude. I love it. And everyone out there, thanks for watching. Appreciate you. If you haven't, please go to YouTube, subscribe, download, or wherever you get your podcast. Like and subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything, but it helps out Chinch and I to move the needle.
There you go.
Keep bringing you these great shows inside the mayor's office. All right, man. I'll catch you tomorrow. See you, brother.
See you.